Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where you may notice that we're actually back a little ways from the end of last episode. And if we go into the load game screen here, the reason why that is because this save here, for whatever reason, won't open. I don't know why. I tried a bunch of times and this save will not open. This one did. So I guess we're back 1 month and 23 days. So it's not a huge deal, but yeah, that's very strange. I don't know what's going on with that. No explanation whatsoever. We apparently have 9.4k alloys. We're negative in energy credits, but I don't think that's real. And where are we at for our fleets? Okay, our fleets are maxed. That looks good. So I don't know where we are right now and what all needs to happen because the save game apparently broke. Luckily, we had an autosave quite close, so it's all looking good, but yeah, we definitely have some things that need to happen. Pirates? Okay, I don't think that happened previously.
Spaceport under attack.
Okay, where are these pirates at? Jomel is the answer. Okay, so we could definitely send a fleet down there nice and quick. The Deluge, we apparently don't have a leader for the Deluge. Okay, we'll pull in this guy as a commander, and we wanted to head down over here. So we'll arrive there in 26 days. That looks absolutely fine. So we're at 10k right now. I would like to actually start upgrading our Mega Shipyard Core, so let's get going on that. And what's the price on alloys? 11? Okay, that's not a big deal. Cool. So I think we are, well, we're now past where we were previously. So that looks good. In theory, nothing really changed other than these pirates spawning, but we've already taken care of those. And we're going to head right on back to Radar Central. Excellent. And we'll be done with this combat very shortly. There we go. Always looking good there. Wonderful. So no jobs needed to be worked on here. That all looks fine. And as far as the military fleets go, they're all maxed. No issues there. And all of our civilian ships are currently working. And we do have all of our civilian ships, including the 2 additional. So that seems reasonably fine. Now, note how we're up to 545 influence again. We maybe could make the argument of getting 2 additional construction ships. I'm going to do it. We're going to get that underway, and that'll be fine. The price on alloys has dropped a little bit. And you might ask, well, what do we need so many alloys for at this point anyway? The answer is to build up our defense platforms. So that would be in locations like Azeroth here. So this would be to build Fire Coral class defense platforms. We can get a few of them queued up anyway, but we're going to need a lot of alloys to get that all done. So that is fine. As soon as we get these 2 additional construction ships done, and there they are, we'll send them on out. So one is going to go, do we already have anything in Celia? Yes, we do. So we're going to go over to Gaping Maw then. Never mind, we've already done that as well. We'll head over to Kerbis, and that'll be fine. So we'll build a habitat down here, but we're going to need to wait until the month tick. That's fine. Okay, so we'll take you down to here. That's only like 10 days. So no issue there. Cool. Astral Threads are about 300 days away from being able to be utilized. So that's not shocking. And let's go ahead and build our Habitat Central Complex here. We're actually still short on alloys. I'm going to buy in 2,500. I don't want to at that price. I mean, it's not a terrible price, but that'll give us enough to get these going anyway. So I do want to send out one of our construction ships over to, like, Aranis, and we'll head out over here. There we go. So now we've got 14 construction ships ongoing,
activated.
Which is, of course, quite a significant number of... We may well run into an issue with having not enough influence. We may have some idle construction ships. If that's the case, that's not a terrible thing. That's actually absolutely fine. So we're at 3.1k energy credits right now, but yeah, we definitely need to get a bunch of alloys going here. And we're putting a lot of alloy investment into all of this, right? But that's fine. I'm really not too concerned about it. We've got these wars going on. They should be over pretty soon, though, to be honest. The Zierzuku regulators down here, they barely exist at this point. we could send our forces to go wipe them out. It's an interesting option, actually. I think what I'm going to do for now... Oh, what is this? We just ended the Vestige War. Okay, that's fine. So here in Radar Central, I do want to build up some assault armies, or rather clone armies. And what type of clone army did we want? This is not actually telling us, but I believe it was KZM. So I'm going to queue up a bunch of those. That'll be fine. And we'll get those underway. Those are intended to come down here and take over some of these areas, but we're not going to launch that attack until after we have those armies created. Now, that may or may not end up happening before all of this is eliminated. We'll see if the rest of the galaxy decides to actually do something or not. It'll be interesting, for sure. It'll definitely be interesting. So I want to come down to the Azeroth station here, and I would be delighted to get more defense platforms going. Of course, our main issue is alloy quantity, right? That is going to be the main issue going forward, at least for now. We might eventually run into a dark matter issue, but for the moment, the primary issue is indeed going to be alloys. So we have 7 notifications here. That's interesting. And all of them are in the ship notifications. Okay, now it went down to 4. And now there's none. Okay, sure. That must be these armies coming through. Okay, well, that is absolutely fine. I would love to see the alloy price coming back down, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon, to be honest. So this is okay for the moment. We're up to 1619 pop, and we would like to see that number dramatically increase. But for the moment, there's only so much that we can do right now, right? We are definitely working on getting pop growth going, but we're not quite there yet. This is a lot of civilian ships. No doubt about it. I didn't think that we'd be sitting on 14 construction ships. That's insane. In fact, that's more than insane. That is absurd. But okay, that's where we are. So that seems fine. The Azeroth station here, as we can see, it's progressing in terms of its Fire Coral class defense platforms, but it has a long way to go. We'll queue up a few more of these, but yeah, we can see that there's currently 13 here, so this is going to be like 25 out of 78. We need a lot more alloys to make that all happen. And our alloy generation per month is not all that amazing. I would love to see that come up a lot, but we're going to need some population growth for that. We're going to need significant population growth for that, in fact. And we haven't had any for a little bit yet. So that is okay for now. So the Clever Clam is currently not doing anything down over here. Is there anything for it to do, really, though? The answer is no. Not at this moment. Not until this electric storm starts to pass. So that is understood. There's really not much to be done down here. So that seems fine. You'll note that our mineral count is quite a bit lower, and this is because of locations like Alasia here, where we are starting to replace these. And you can see in Alasia Prime, each one of these is going to produce 34.36, which is significant. The question is, are we going to get the alloys by default? I don't know. We'll find out. That'll be interesting. We did have a single pop of refugees show up. Okay. I don't think that's particularly useful. So for now, it is seeming reasonably fine. We do have a bunch of colonizations starting up here. We just finished this one on Ebenar. So we can absolutely put in a gene clinic here. And we can also put in... This didn't actually go. Because we are lacking the minerals. Okay, well, let's sell off some of this food anyway. We could buy in some minerals, I suppose. The price is very low, so that'll be fine. There's that habitation district done, and we should be seeing more colonizations finishing up pretty soon. So that is absolutely great. So we can see we're up to 357 influence right now. That's enough to keep our civilian ships going for a little bit anyway. Out here in Gothra, we are building orbitals. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of orbital construction happening, so that is absolutely understood. We are building out our civilization, though, and this is going to be incredibly powerful once it gets popped up, but we're probably not going to get to that point, to be honest. So that is absolutely fine. We're making future investments that are likely not going to pay off in terms of all of this as of right now. So that's absolutely noted, but we're still going to do it. Ooh, this price is pretty high, 9.7. I'd really like to get more alloys, but not at that price. We can sell a little bit of Zero. That'll be okay. We just finished up an orbital down here. The real question, though, is how long until Alasia is going to be colonized? Well, currently, it's going to be a little while. So that is fine for the moment. We don't have a ton going on right now, although the mega shipyard's going to be done in 1,300 days, so that's reasonably nice. We're not really in a rush for that, as of right now. Okay, there's a gravity storm somewhere. Where is this? Down over here? Okay. It might make its way up this direction, but probably not, to be honest. Okay, so we can see the Never-Eaten Arbitrators are going to be fighting the Urzuku Regulators here. The Urzuku Regulators are going to win, but at what cost? Not much is the answer. Not much cost. Okay. So that's absolutely noted. We could take them on with our fleets, absolutely. I'm not sure if we want to right now, but we could. So checking in on our technology here, how are things going there? So we have a repeatable tech here. Our head of research could actually be upgraded, and we should probably grab this sweet, sweet 5% research speed. So cruiser hull points, mega art installation, yeah, that all looks absolutely fine. So our civilian ships are going to continue going for a while. I think we should spend our alloys, for the moment anyway, on the Azeroth station, which is down over here, of course, and let's get some defense platforms queued up there. So we're at 16 out of 78. We've got another 21 going in here, so that's 37 out of 78, which is not quite half, but pretty close to half. Okay, sounds good. So that is altogether okay for now. I would very much like it if some of these construction ships would finish up, though. It kind of feels like nothing is happening, even though things are actually happening. We just finished advanced cruiser hulls, so that is good. We could grab, like, flat cannons. We don't really need this, but finishing it is not a bad idea, just getting it over with. Yeah, let's get that done. That's only 15 months, so that'll be fine. And we're at 969 alloys, but the real question is, if we come into Alasia here, well, this isn't colonized yet. Okay, Spica, up here. Well, this is actually the Dice's one, so that doesn't count. That's interesting. I think it has to be Alasia that we look at. I'm like 45% certain of that. Okay, well, that's fine. Eventually, Alasia will finish its colonization. That will be done next year, July. Okay, so that's about 7 months away. That's not too bad. We did finish up this colony, so that means we need a gene clinic and a habitation district, and this colony, so as usual, a gene clinic and a habitation district. That'll be fine. Both of those colonies finishing is, of course, great. We are up to 1635 pop, and we just finished up over here. Okay, so this is building orbitals, so that means that we need to go into Matar, and we need to build a habitat here. There we go, so that is queued up. That looks great. We can also get these astral threads going, which will be wonderful. And there's one other thing that I wanted to do here, and I can't remember what it was because I got distracted. Oh, right. We're at 1635 pops. That is quite a lot of pops. So the question is, do we need any additional constructions here? And the answer is yes. Kazabius requires a job, so we would absolutely want to put in a research lab here. Cool. Anything else? Eptrabon Secundus, okay. We need housing and a job. This is a mining world. Really? No, this is auto-designated. Hang on. What do we actually want here? I guess mining works. We are only at plus 61 minerals right now, although that number will dramatically increase in the future. So we could put in a mineral purification plant in a mining district, something like this, and make this be designated a mining world. I guess that's okay. We've got Korok Prime here, which is, of course, set up as a research world, so we'll put in a research lab there. Otherwise, I think that's all the jobs that we need for the moment anyway. So that all looks good. Now, for the Clever Clam, have we gotten any anomalies coming through yet? No. This cyclone may leave some, but it's not moving very quickly. So for the moment, that's all it is. Price on alloys is 11.6. Ooh. That's a gross price. I definitely prefer not to do that. Honestly, we could sell at this price. 13.8. This is a decent sale price. But I don't want to do that. I want to keep around our alloys because we know we need all of the alloys that we can get. We could try to play the market. That's definitely something that you can do in this game, but I would prefer not to do that for right now. I prefer to put our alloys into these defense platforms here. So we can continue to work through these. We do have a number more to go through, but it's not that much, really. Like, a lot of these are quite progressed already. Some of them aren't at all, to be sure. But a lot of them are quite progressed, so that should be reasonably fine. We just finished this habitat complex, which of course we want to immediately come colonize. And that of course also means that this construction ship needs to build orbitals. So we're going to have it come out over here. This will be a major orbital. We can do a minor here. This would be a minor. This would be a major. This would be a minor right here. Ooh, there is one up over here. Okay, we can put one there. That'll be a minor. This will be a minor. Probably should have done these in an inverse order, but whatever. This will be a major. This will be a minor. And then we can put one around the star, which would, of course, be a major. This would be a major here. Down this direction, there's a lot of asteroids here. We'd do a minor here. Come up over here and do a major. This would then be a minor. We are now out of alloys. So we're going to have to wait for the month tick. Price is too high, so that's fine. We would have a few more out over this way. So this is going to be a pretty extensive location. Okay, so we've just about got our month tick here. There it is. And now we can build a miner here. There's a crystalline asteroid here that we apparently can't right-click on. That's interesting. I'm not sure why I can't build a miner there unless it's already here. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Apparently we can't build a miner there. I guess that's fine. So we'll just let that go for now. That is wonderful. Okay, checking in on our construction ships. Not too much to do just yet. That's fine. Alasia Prime is about to finish up its colonization, so that would be absolutely wonderful. Just checking through the rest of this, not too much going on there. So here on Alasia Prime, the question is, are we going to see alloys from our astro mining bays, or are those going to be automatically put through? Or are they just going to be gone? So we can see that up over...
New frontiers established.
Where are our orbitals here? We don't have many built, it looks like. Okay, here's an orbital down here over this star. Here's an orbital around this world. Okay, so we can see that there's 5 alloys and 9.39 resources here, right? So Alasia Prime is producing none of that. This Astro Mining Bay is going to produce none of that in theory either. So where are these alloys going? That's the question. That's interesting. Well, we're going to put in a... Where are we? We're going to put in a gene clinic here. Up this way. There we go. Gene clinic, habitation district. That'll be fine for now. Okay. So this is definitely interesting to note. This might be a bad place to build a habitat, because I'm noticing that we are not currently getting the alloys through these astro mining bays. Approximate job production of 38.35, and we're also not getting them through default production here. I wonder if they're coming through at all. We can see the resources are still on the planet. So that's definitely interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. In fact, what I want to do is I want to be down over here, and I want to be looking at this construction ship, which is 78% done constructing this major orbital. So that is the orbital here, which is going to be 5.4 alloys, right? So the question is, when this finishes, are we going to see this drop by 5.4 alloys? Or will it remain? Let's give it a bit here. We're 80% done with this construction. Okay, that's going to take a little while for sure. 82 now? Yeah, that's going to be pretty slow. Okay, well, while we're looking at that, let's check through our jobs here, see if there's anything going on up here. Scum and villainy on Eolum Prime. Okay, what do we got going on there? This is probably a branch office. Yeah, that's the issue. So, we're at 43% crime right now. Launching an anti-crime campaign is definitely a good option. We have no building slots available here. So the question is, what's that going to put that crime at? Do we have any enforcers right now? We do not. We could prioritize enforcers like this, and that solves the problem. Okay, cool. So back down in Alasia, how are we doing on this progression? 86. Noted. So that's fine for now. Just checking through jobs here. Not too much being done there. This construction ship over in Volmar needs some work. Okay, so we have finished up everything there. Let's head into Atlas for now, and we can build ourselves a habitat here. Looks good. Any orbital docks that need to be worked on? Probably not at this point. Yeah, absolutely not. Okay, back in Alasia, let's take a quick peek at this. So we're at 90%. Understood. Okay, so the Azeroth station here, I want to build more defense platforms in. We'll get those going. We'll have this finished up fairly soon, actually. It's getting pretty close. And this major orbital in Alasia is currently at 92%. So it's definitely taking a while to build. But I really want to see how this works. So we're keeping an eye on our alloy production here. So we can see 2435.19. And this should upkeep. It should cost it 1 alloy per month in upkeep. So this should be a 6.4 deficit. If this works the way I think it's going to work. So we're at 96. Complete. We just finished up those flak cannons. So I guess we could grab the flak artillery. Cool. And this is now at 97. Okay. So this mining station is going to be replaced. 98. 99. Okay. Pausing the game, we can see that our current production is 2428.51. So we're expecting this to go down to 2423.11 when this finishes. Okay. It hasn't updated yet. It's still at 2428. Okay, 2424.8. So that's not quite exactly where we expected it to go, but I believe that these alloys are not being gathered. So now the question is, if we were to build these astro mining bays, would it actually start putting in alloys? It'll cost us some alloys, but will it actually gather alloys, right? That's the question. I'm going to put in an astro mining bay first here. And let's get that built. So that'll be about 100 days, but this might end up being a really, really bad location to build orbitals. I don't know why it would work this way. I have to assume it's an oversight. These resources are still present. They're just not being gathered. Mining stations should be able to do the trick. Well, mining stations do the trick, but mining bays appear not to. We'll see if that's true or not, because I want to finish up this Astro Mining Bay before we go here. It is about time to put a cut in here, but I want to get this Astro Mining Bay completed and find out if we start producing any habitat mining deposits. 3.4 production. Habitat administration, 3.6 in upkeep. That's interesting. Where do we get 3.4 from, I wonder? That's probably going to be increased by running jobs then. It doesn't say so in this tooltip, but I suspect that's going to be the case. We will find out in a moment. So let's complete this Astro Mining Bay. We'll be 30 days away. And I just want to know for an absolute fact that this works correctly. Because if it does, this is going to be an incredibly significant gain for us. Long term. Very long term. It'll be a short-term loss. But that's absolutely understood. So we're currently about 10 days away from completing this Astro Mining Bay. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to hop in here, and this is a worker strata job. Right. These guys would have to be demoted. Okay, we're going to have to pull a pop in from another location to find out. So we can do something like that. They became a medical worker. That's a miner. Okay, so now that we have this miner here, the question is, what's our production like? I'm going to give it a month tick just to find out. 3.4 from habitat mining deposits. And 0.14 from the upkeep there, yeah. Okay, so our mining job is producing... Our mining job is currently producing... wait a second. I think I know what the differential here is. The arc furnace gives a system-wide mining operation increase, which I believe is only applying to mining stations and is not applying to mining bays. I think that's the differential that we're seeing here. So we're still going to be getting a base amount of alloys, but it's going to be reduced. Okay. And I believe that our overall production... Right. So I think that it's probably a bad idea to build habitats in locations where there are arc furnaces. To that end, I'm going to demolish the Astro Mining Bay here. And we'll let this habitation district finish. I'm going to cancel the orders here. And I'm going to delete the orbitals that exist here. I'm going to leave this single orbital habitat here. Can we cancel this or can we delete that orbital? Yes, and then we can rebuild this mining station. Perfect. Okay, so we can build the mining station here and build the mining station here. So what this means is we do not want to have orbitals in locations where we have arc furnaces. And that is because we are going to lose out on too many alloys. So this is going to have to remain as a unorbitaled habitat, which means it's going to be fairly low in terms of its capabilities. So that's understood. That's absolutely fine. We'll leave it like that. Now, it is past time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue working on these constructions. The Wave Skimmer 5 is not working in Jalora, and we'll get to that next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.